Hey guys, it's me again. Second video of the day. I am accomplishing things. Anyway, today I'm going to tell you about how you can tell when a tampon is full while it's still in your body without having to take it out and reinsert it or anything like that. I have a sea sponge here. I have two different handmade reusable tampons, and I have a disposable. So I'm going to be talking about all these different options, but this topic in particular is especially important with disposable tampons because when you're using disposables, if you're just going through them and taking them out and changing them whenever you want, that's going to cost so much more than getting the full use out of the product. Of course, without going over the safety timelines. I'm actually going to start with sea sponge tampons though, because those are the most unique product, and it's probably the hardest to tell. Because with the sea sponge tampon, you insert it while it's already wet. So with these three products, the first telltale sign of it being full is feeling a little bit more wet down there than it should be. But with a sea sponge tampon, that's totally different, and for me in particular, when I used a sea sponge tampon for the first time, it was so weird. I kept thinking that it was already full hours and hours before it ever was, and I kept taking it out and checking, and I was like, whoa, this is weird. And even sometimes, if you don't squeeze it out well enough, it can even be like squeezing out bits of water onto your underwear, and it's not even like pink or anything that would stain or anything, but it's weird. So with the sea sponge tampon, I do not have any special tips or tricks. I'm gonna say that with this product, you're just gonna have to figure out your timing pretty much, and make sure that you squeeze it out really, really, really well, because the more water you squeeze out of this thing, it's gonna absorb that much more fluid, your menstrual fluid. So that'll help there. And if you're wearing a panty liner, that's, I guess, one other way you could tell. If your panty liner starts to get a little pink, a little red, you'll know that it's full. And I did not even think about it until I got a sea sponge, that it's even harder than a menstrual cup to use in a public bathroom. Wow! Because the sea sponge tampon is meant to be rinsed and reinserted right away. It's not like a regular reusable tampon where you just take it out and put it in a wet bag and use another one. I mean, you could, but then you'd have to buy more of them. So, yeah, that's weird. I suppose you could kind of squeeze it out, but then you get your fingers all messy, and I don't know. I've never tried it in a public restroom yet, so I'll let you know how it goes if I do. Next, I guess I'll just go on to the disposable. With disposables, if you've used disposables before, you probably know that when you get them wet, they expand because they're soaking up so much fluid that they just get really big. And that's the only way that I could ever tell if it had soaked up enough fluid to start getting bigger, and I could feel that it felt, different. It doesn't hurt or anything. It's not like it gets huge. But that's the only thing that worked for me. Also, I guess if you happen to go to the bathroom more times than you go to change your tampon specifically, you can tell if the strings are starting to turn colors, like working the blood their way down, then you know it's either gone down like completely on one side or it's just all the way full. Yeah. Then with reusable tampons, this is made by a different company, so I can't speak for them too much, although I have used their product quite a bit. I have a couple different of these. You just kind of use it until it's leaking, or you've timed yourself, you know when you need to change it. With these kind of tampons, I made this one. I'm super proud of my design. I make them so that they kind of roll up. It's a typical reusable tampon, and you insert it, but you do it so that it's kind of rolled down so that it's really flat on the top, and it kind of sticks out the end down here. So the blood goes straight out of your cervix and into the center of the tampon, so it soaks from the inside out. So you get the entire usage or life of each tampon. Not that you would throw them away, but anyway, yeah, I've tested this and compared it to other tampons that are this style, same material, same size, and my tampons work better. I'm proud of that. And another cool feature of that, having it kind of rolled down like that, you have a little extra, whoops, I did it the wrong way. You have a little extra fabric to work with at the bottom. So this can kind of sit right at the entrance of the vagina and soak up any fluid that happens to be either like previously at the entrance or anything like that. And then this little crocheted bit, it just adds a tiny bit of extra absorbency before it gets to the string. So I always check this part first. I have a low cervix, so my tampons don't have to sit particularly high. That's why the string is a little bit shorter than normal. And if this is soaked up, then it hasn't even gotten to the string yet, but I already know that I need to be taking it out soon. So that's pretty cool. That's all the products that I have to talk about. I hope that was helpful because internal products are really difficult to tell, and it takes pretty much just over time you learn how to do it. And yeah, so maybe this will give somebody a head start, and good luck!